Happy 4th of July, everyone. Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. And welcome back to the 2009-10 hockey season replay. Today we are at PNC Park in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Strat-O-Matic Hockey for this matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I've got the standings right here, but it's very early in the season. In the Atlantic Division, we've got the Penguins at a record of 4-1-1 with 9 points, good for first place in the division. The Hurricanes are at 4-1-0, good for 8 points in their division, good for second place in the division. So since we've got all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right in for the opening faceoff without any further ado. Faceoffs are +2 to Pittsburgh. 14 sounds like an inferior win to me. 14 on a +2 is inferior any player, so the Hurricanes will give that over to Whitney, and we will be off and running. Let's see, passing D for Whitney is going to be an inside shot for the center. Opponent Crosby will try to intimidate, and Crosby will just barely intimidate, but he'll take the puck away from Stahl. Crosby with it, opponent defense 1. Stahl will take the puck away, have an outside shot. Stahl will try to make a pass. Passing J is an inside shot for the right wing. That's up to Jokinen with an inside shot. He'll let that one go from the slot. A 9 on the inside. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. 5, 8, and 9 are bad numbers. That's an 8. Score! Jussi Jokinen will give the Hurricanes an early 1-0 lead here in the first. Arena cheers. Yay! That was from Whitney. Actually, no, I think that was from... I'm trying to think what the progression was there. That was... I think that was from Stahl, actually. We'll see if we can get an assist here. Any player 7? No. Left wing 1. Yeah, that'll be from Whitney anyway. As the Hurricanes now lead 1-0. We'll get another face-off here, as face-offs are still +2 to Pittsburgh. 18 sounds like another inferior win. That'll go over to the inferior right defenseman. So that's over to Gleason, and we're off once again. Outside shot only for any player. That will be... They'll give that one to Whitney on an outside shot. That's a 5. That'll be a save made by Fleury and over to Dupuis. Dupuis with the puck for the Penguins. Inside shot for any player. Opponent can try to intimidate. They will give that to Crosby on the inside shot. Stahl will try to intimidate. And Stahl will intimidate. He'll take the puck away from Crosby. Stahl with it for the Hurricanes. Passing E for Stahl. That's going to be an outside shot for the left wing over to Whitney. He's going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Opposing defensive lefty is control. Over to Orpik for the Penguins. Passing D for Orpik. Lose the puck. Outside shot for the left wing. Whitney is going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Defensive left wing in control of that one. That's back up to Dupuis. And hold on just a second. I'm going to put myself on Do Not Disturb, as Dupuis got the puck for the Penguins. Passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Crosby, which Crosby's actually going to let that one go. Crosby with the outside shot after gaining the zone. That's a 12. That'll be a save made by Ward, and over to the defensive left wings. That's over to Whitney. Whitney with it now for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 10, looking at Guerin 10. That'll be a penalty on Guerin. He's going to go off for elbowing, so we'll flip over 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We'll also have a forwards line change that I'll deal with here, as the Hurricanes get their power play unit out. Okay. then we'll flip over a split card once I check to make sure that the camera didn't freeze on me. That's a 2. We'll be checking if the left defenseman is a 3 or more on defense. Orpik is a 4. So the Penguins will, the Penguins will pass that check. 2 is an outside shot for the right wing, so that's over to Ruutu. He'll have an outside shot. That's a 5. That'll be a save. And it'll be an inside shot for the left wing, over to Samsonov for an inside shot. That's a 10. Loses to the defensive left defenseman, and that'll end the penalty. We'll bring everybody to the left of Fleury for a fresh face-off. Face-offs now are even. A 3 sounds like a home win. That is a home win. That'll go over to the left wing. That's over to Samsonov, and we're off once again. Possible breakaway for the Hurricanes. Left defenseman, Pitkinen's away. He's in alone on Fleury. Somehow he got loose. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive left wing of defensive rating 3 or more. Ponikarovsky is a 2. So that means the opponent, Ruutu, has a rebound shot. That's a 12. Save made by Fleury on the rebound. And that'll go over to Gonchar. Gonchar with it for the Penguins. Passing E. That'll be an outside shot for the right wing over to Fedotenko. Fedotenko lets the outside shot go. That's a 4. That's a goalie rating on Ward. 6, 8, and 12 are bad numbers. That's an 8. Score! Ruslan Fedotenko ties the game for the Penguins at 1. Arena groans. Ugh. Let's see, that wasn't a passing before that, was it? Yes, it was, actually. That was from Orpik. And we'll flip over another card to see if we get an assist out of that. Any player with an 8? No. Right defenseman, 3. Yep, that'll be Fedotenko from Orpik and Gonchar. And just like that, we are tied at 1. We'll bring the teams back to center ice. Face-offs remain even. And 4 will be home right wings. That'll go up to Ruutu, and we're off. Passing E for Ruutu is going to be an outside shot for Sutter. He is going to try to make a pass. Passing K will be an inside shot for the left wing over to Samsonov, who gets that one in the slot. That's a 5 on the inside shot. Save made by Fleury, and over to Ponikarovsky, the left wing. Ponikarovsky with it for the Penguins. That will be opponent defense 9, looking at Ruutu. That'll be a penalty on Ruutu. He's going off for roughing. We'll get a defensive line change here before we deal with the Penguins' power play. All right. We'd have to flip over 3 cards as well. 1, 2, 3. And the split is a 17. 17, if there are no 4-rated defensive... If there are 1 or more 4-rated defensive players, there's only 1 4-rated defensive player. So the Penguins will be starting off on this power play with an outside shot for the right wing. So that's over to Fedotenko. He's going to let an outside shot go. That's a 5. That'll be a save made. Then an outside shot for the right defenseman over to Letang. As Letang gets that one from the point. That's a 4. That one's a goalie rating on Ward. Once again, 6, 8, and 12 are bad numbers. That's a 7. That's a rebound chance. Offensive left wing of offense rating 3 or more. Ponikarovsky is a 4, so he's got a rebound shot. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Offensive center, offensive rating 2 or more. Malkin's a 4. That's another rebound. 8. Yet another rebound. Ward can't get control of this puck. Offensive left wing, Ponikarovsky with another rebound. That's a 9. That's a goalie rating on Ward. 7. Another rebound. They cannot keep control of the play. Defense, any player with a defense rating 4 on the ice. Sutter's a 4, which finally puts a stop to that sequence. That was a lot of pressure. Penguins made a lot of headway on that one. Inside shot for the center, so that's over to Malkin. That's a 4. Save made by, and now over to the defensive left defenseman. Last is an inside shot for any player. They're going to have Malkin take that one too. That's an 8. Here we go again. It's a rebound. Offensive right wing. Fedotenko with a rebound shot. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on Ward. A 3. He's going to get that one. Smother it for the faceoff. That was a lot of pressure, to put it mildly, for the Penguins on that power play sequence. Several shots, but the Penguins come up empty. And I'm sure the few Penguins fans who have traveled are not happy with that development. Faceoffs remain even. So we'll flip over a card. 13. Visitors left defenseman. So that's going over to Eaton, and we're off. Eaton looking at opponent defense 8. Potier will take the puck away. He'll have an outside shot only. Potier will gain the zone, let it go from the point. 11. Save made and over to Letang. Letang with it for the Penguins. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the left wing. Samsonov with an outside shot. He'll let it go. 5 is a save and over to the defensive right defenseman, but we've got a forwards change. As I'm cussing and swearing about not being able to get a grip on the split card I was using to track the power play. Just working on the forwards change here real quick. And Letang's got it for the Penguins. Lose the puck. Inside shot for any player. They'll give that, the Hurricanes will give that to Potier. Eaton is not going to try to intimidate. He's going to let the inside shot go from Potier. That's a 5. He'll lose that over to the right wing. Back over to Kennedy. Kennedy with it for the Penguins. Opponent defense 6. Looking at LaRose. That's an outside shot for the left wing. Cook with it. He's going to watch that go flying. I'll use a black die for that. Cook is going to try to make a pass, though. Against even strength. Inside shot for the center. Stahl with it. He's going to let that inside shot go. That's a 4. Save made and back over to the defensive center. Over to Brindamore with it for the Hurricanes. Lose the puck and a possible breakaway. Right wing, if the breakaway penetration is 3 or more. Kennedy is a 4. He's away. He's in on Ward. He's all alone. He's got a good chance with this one. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive right defenseman, Letang with the rebound. 10. Losing that over to the defensive left defenseman. Back over to Carson. Carson with it. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Kennedy. Kennedy with the outside shot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive right defenseman, if 3 or more on offense, he's a 4. Letang with the rebound shot. That's a 4. That's a goalie rating on Ward. That's a 4. Ward makes a huge save. He'll get a face. Thankfully, I found it. It was easy to get to. And just in time to bring that back to center ice. Okay, we only have 6 cards left for the first period of this game. Face-offs now are +2 to Carolina. And a 3 should be a superior win all day long. Yep, that'll go over to the left wing. That'll go over to LaRose. And here we are. Passing D for LaRose is going to be lose the puck, outside shot only, outside shot for Cook. Cook's going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck over to Kostopoulos. Once I find the block, Kostopoulos with the puck for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 1. Cook will take the puck away with an inside shot. Carson is not going to try to intimidate. He'll let Cook's inside shot go. That's a 4 on an inside shot. Save made by Ward and over to the right wing. Back over to Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos with it for the Hurricanes. Looking at opponent defense 7. Cook will take the puck away, have an outside shot only. Cook's going to let that one go. That's a 7. That's a save made by Ward and over to Brindamore. Brindamore with the puck for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 11. Stahl. That's going to be a penalty. Stahl will go off for roughing. We'll flip over the last 2 cards of the period. 16 on the power play. 16 if all 4 rated defensive players. They are not all 4 rated defensive players, so no shots. And there's the horn to end the first period of this game. After 1, we are tied at 1. We'll get ready for the second period of this game. Part of the reason I like Strat I like both Strat and Inside the Crease for full play hockey games is because Inside the Crease has a lot more historical seasons, especially going back further than Strat does. Inside the Crease, I know, has got quite a few seasons from the 1980s, which are in my collection, whereas Strat doesn't have nearly as many of those historic seasons. But I do really like the speed of Strat, though, and how fast it plays. Where I can get a whole game done with a full ticker block in just over an hour. So I'm definitely happy to have Strat Hockey as part of my sports season replay repertoire. Jury is out in the early stages on using Downey games as my tickers, though. If I decide to adapt Downey for all of my tickers, including baseball, we'll still see Fast Score on the channel, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use Fast Score as the full ticker. Instead, I'm going to use the clutch ratings from Fast Score as being part of the season replay. I'm going to use Fast Score for the extra innings, because that's the one thing I didn't like about Downey, about Ultra Quick Baseball, is I'd end up with a lot of situations where I was like, oh my god, when I was doing my ticker testing, I would end up with a lot of situations where I was like, oh my god, will somebody please win this game? So I figured that's probably a good compromise. Plus, I can actually, I've got things set up on my spreadsheet or on my workbook that I'm using for this season replay, where the schedule and the results from the schedule are actually feeding into my standings. So my standings should also be a lot more accurate. There were a couple times during the 1985 season replay that I did earlier this year where I had to get a little bit cute with manipulating some of the numbers just to make everything work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the hope is by keeping the ticker electronically, I can cut out a lot of those problems I was having with using Fast Score. So we'll see how this all works out. Teams are back out at center ice, and we're all set for the second period of this game, tied at 1. Once I remember to update the box score. There we go. Faceoffs are +2 to Pittsburgh. 16 is probably an inferior win. That'll go over to the right wing. So Jokinen with it for the Hurricanes, and we are off. Opponent defense 1, Dupuis Dupuis will take that away. He'll have an outside shot. Dupuis is going to make a pass, though. Inside shot for the left wing. So actually, that'll be over to Guerin, as he's already the left wing. There's a second player in parentheses. Guerin with the inside shot. That's an 8. Uh-oh. That's a rebound. We saw that the Hurricanes can get into trouble. Anybody with a defense rating 4? Yep. Pitkanen will have that for the Hurricanes. He'll put the kibosh to the rebound trouble. Opponent defense 10. That'll be a penalty on Gonchar. He's going to go off for tripping. 1, 2, 3. And 1 is our power play. If left D is a 2 or more on defense, he's a 4. Okay, outside shot for the center. Okay, here we go. Stahl with an outside shot. That's a 6. That'll be a save and over to any player. Then an outside shot for the right wing. Over to Jokinen. That's an 8. That's a rebound. Defense, any player with a defense rating 3 or more? Yep, Crosby's a 4. Outside shot for any player. They will give that outside shot to Jokinen again. This time it's a 5. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. 5, 8, and 9 are bad numbers. That's a 5. It's a goal on a 1 to 15. Get a split. 17. No. Fleury making a phenomenal save as he just barely gets a piece of it, but enough to steer it away. Then an inside shot for the left wing. Over to Whitney with an inside shot. That's a 9. That'll be a save made, and the power play ends. Arena groans. Ugh. As the Hurricanes get 4 good shots, but they can't do anything with any of them. Face off on a 3 plus 2 to Pittsburgh. Superior left wing. That'll be over to Dupuis, and we're off. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the left defenseman. Pitkanen will gain the zone, and he'll let that go from the point. That's a 5. He'll lose that over to Crosby. Crosby with it for the Penguins. Opponent defense 6. Stahl with that'll be an outside shot for the right wing. Over to Guerin. Guerin will try to make a pass. And he'll lose that over to Whitney. Whitney with it for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 5. Outside shot for the right wing. That's up to Jokinen. Jokinen is going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Back over to Crosby. Crosby with it for the Penguins. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the right wing. That's over to Jokinen. That's a 6. That'll be a save made and back up to Dupuis. Dupuis with it is going to lose the puck. Outside shot only for the right defenseman. That'll be over to Gleason with an outside shot. That's a snake eyes. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. That's a 6. And Fleury will stop that one. He'll get the face-off. Just in time for a forwards line change. Okay, and that brings face-offs to even. 2 sounds like a home win. That will be a home win. That'll go over to the right defenseman. That'll go over to Gleason, and we're off on the action once again. Passing E for Gleason is going to be an outside shot for Sutter. He is going to make a pass. Passing J will be an inside shot for Ruutu. Ruutu with an inside shot. 7 is going to be a save made, and over to Ponikarovsky. Ponikarovsky with it for the Penguins. Passing F for Ponikarovsky is going to be an outside shot for Malkin. He is going to try to make a pass of his own. Passing J for Malkin is going to be an inside shot for the right wing over to Fedotenko. Fedotenko is going to let that one go on the inside in the slot. A 6. That's a goalie rating on Ward. 6, 8, and 12 are bad numbers. That's a 7. That's a rebound chance. Defense, any player. They'll give that over to Samsonov on the rebound. Lose the puck, possible breakaway. Right defenseman, if the breakaway penetration rating is 4, it is not. So lose the puck over to Pitkanen. Pitkanen with it, possible breakaway. Right defenseman, if breakaway penetration is 2, Gleason is a 2. He's in on Fleury alone. That's a 9. Lose that over to the right wing. So that'll go over to Fedotenko. Fedotenko with it, he'll lose that over to Samsonov just in time for a defensive line change. And that is Samsonov with the puck for the Hurricanes. Passing E, lose the puck, outside shot for the left wing. Ponikarovsky with an outside shot, he's going to make a pass. Lose the puck, defensive left wing, back over to Samsonov, as Samsonov intercepts the pass. Samsonov with it, lose the puck, outside shot only for Fedotenko. Once I get that over to him, Fedotenko will let that go from the outside. 8, that is a rebound. Offensive center, offensive rating 3. Malkin is a 4 to the surprise of, well, not yours truly. Malkin will let that one go from in front. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Defensive left wing, that'll be Samsonov who puts the stop to another sequence of pressure. Hurricanes having a lot of rebound trouble in this one. Lose the puck, outside shot for any player. That'll go over to... They'll give that outside shot to Eaton. Potier's not going to try to intimidate. Eaton with an outside shot. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to the right defenseman, over to Potier anyway. Potier will lose this puck, outside shot only for Eaton. Eaton's going to let that fly. That's a 7. He'll lose that right back to Potier. Potier with it. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Ponikarovsky. Ponikarovsky lets it go. That's an 11. That's a save. And over to the defensive right defenseman. And we've got a forwards line change. All right, over into the action. Lose the puck, outside shot only for Letang. Letang's going to let that one go from the point. 7 will be a save made by Ward and over to Potier. Potier with it, inside shot for any player. They're going to give that to... they're going to give it to Brindamore. Stahl is going to try to intimidate, though. That is a 7. Stahl will take the puck away. Jordan Stahl with it for the Penguins. Looking at a possible breakaway. Uh-oh. Right wing. Kennedy's away. He's in on Ward all alone. Can he put this one in the net and give the Penguins the lead here late in the second period? That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive right wing, though. Kostopoulos puts a stop to the rebound trouble. Kostopoulos with it for the Hurricanes. Inside shot for any player. He'll give that to LaRose. Kennedy will try to intimidate. And Kennedy will take the puck away. We'll check for a penalty. 19, there is a penalty. Power play 16, though, I believe is nothing. 1, 2, 3. 16 is almost assuredly... Oh, we check for all 4 rated defensive players, which there are not. So there are no... no shots on this power play. So we'll have a face-off coming back to center ice. Face-offs are +2 to Carolina. 13 should be a superior win. Yep, superior any player. So the Hurricanes will give that one to Kostopoulos. And we're off. Opponent defense 8. Cook is going to take the puck away. He'll have an outside shot only. Cook's going to let that go from the point. 4 is going to be a save made by Ward and over to the right defenseman. That's over to Potier. Potier with it. Looking at opponent defense 7. Eaton will take the puck away with an outside shot only. 4 on the outside. Save made, any player. Brindamore will have that for the Hurricanes. Last rush here of the period. Opponent defense 2. Stahl will take the puck away with an inside shot. Kostopoulos could try to intimidate, but he's not going to with a 1. That's an 11 on an inside shot. Save made over to the right wing. There's the horn to end the second period. A lot going on in that second period, but we end up tied at 1. Just going to get everything reset here for the third period of this game. Fortunately, I don't have both Stahls on the ice at the same time. That would have been very confusing if I would have had that. There's Eric Stahl on the Hurricanes and Jordan Stahl for the Penguins. So as long as I'm making sure I don't have both Stahls, I won't have to worry about saying over to Stahl, and nobody will be saying which Stahl. Yeah, getting these cards, getting these split deck cards and the action cards sleeved was definitely one of my brighter moves. And now I'm starting to wonder how hard super advanced penalties are. Because I do, that is one thing I really like about Strat, is how easily it handles penalties in this game. Where you flip over 2 or 3 cards depending on if you're playing basic or advanced. And then there's a chart to designate what you do on... There's a chart to designate what you... to explain what you do depending on the number on the split card. So I like how easily they do penalties. I think this is the only game that... I think this is the game where I like how it does penalties the most. Remember to change the period out since we are in the third period of this game. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just going to grab a quick drink, check in on my phone, make sure nothing else is going on today. And then we'll be all set to drop the puck on the third period, and hopefully we won't need bonus hockey today. Would be nice if we could skip that. But let's see what the cards and dice have to say. Face-offs are +2 to Pittsburgh. 6 will be a superior win all day long. And that'll go over to the right defenseman, Gonchar, with that. And we are all set to start the third period, so let's go. Opponent defense 1. Pitkanen will take the puck away with an inside shot. Gonchar is not going to try to intimidate. An inside shot for Pitkanen. That's a 4. That'll be a save made and over to Crosby. Crosby with it. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for the center. Stahl will let that one go from the outside. That's an 11. Save made. Back over to Crosby. Crosby with it. Possible breakaway. Left defenseman, if the breakaway penetration rating is 2, he's a 1. So he'll lose the puck over to Gleason. Gleason with it for the Hurricanes. Passing D will be lose the puck. Outside shot for the center for Crosby. He's going to let that go from the outside. That's a 10. Save made by Ward and over to the right wing, over to Jokinen. Jokinen with it. Outside shot only for anybody. He's going to give that outside shot. He's going to take it himself, actually. That's an 11. That'll be a save and over to the defensive right wing, over to Guerin. Guerin with it for the Penguins. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the right wing. So the outside shot going back up to Jokinen. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to the left defenseman, over to Orpik. Orpik with it for the Penguins. Inside shot for any player. He'll give that to Crosby. Stahl will try to intimidate. That's a 12. Stahl will take the puck away. Stahl with it for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 5. Crosby will take the puck away with an outside shot. He's going to try to make a pass. Passing L for Crosby. Inside shot for anybody. Nice pass by Crosby. He'll give that over to Guerin. Guerin with an inside shot. That's a 9. That'll be a save made by Ward and over to Whitney. Whitney with it for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 9. That'll be a penalty on Guerin. He's going off for roughing. 1, 2, 3, and we've got a forwards line change, which we'll see to here. And then we'll see about the power play. And I did flip over the cards for that already. The three action cards. 17, which should be a fairly uneventful power play. If one or more 4-rated defensive players, there is a 4-rated defensive player. So since we have 1, that'll be an outside shot for the right wing. That'll be up to Route 2. That's a 4. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. That's a 5. It's a goal on a 1 to 15. Score! Tuomo Route 2 gives the Hurricanes the lead 2-1 here in the third on the power play. Arena cheers. Yay! We'll get assists. Any player with a 6. Yep, Pitkinen's a 6. Oh, 1 assist only. So we only have the 1 assist on the play. But the Hurricanes now, with a 2-1 lead on the power play, coming off the power play. Face-offs now are even. 1 should be a home win, and that will be a home win over to the left defenseman, so that's over to Pitkinen, and we're off. Opponent defense 2, Gonchar will take the puck away with an outside shot. He's going to let that one go. That's a 3. That's a save made by Ward and over to Gleason. Gleason with it for the Hurricanes. Opponent defense 4, looking at Orpik. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Pitkinen could try to intimidate. He's a C on that, I believe. Yeah, he's a C. He will try to intimidate. That's a 14. Intimidation not successful. Orpik with the inside shot. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to the left wing. That'll go over to Samsonov. Samsonov with it for the Hurricanes. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Malkin. Malkin's going to let that one go from the point. That's a 7. That's a save made over to the defensive right wing, and we've got a defensive line change. All right, we are over to who's got the puck? Oh, Route 2 with the puck. Well, not anymore. He'll lose it over to Ponikarovsky. Ponikarovsky with it, looking at passing F for Ponikarovsky. That'll be an outside shot for Malkin. He's going to try to make a pass. Passing L will be an inside shot for anybody. He'll give that back to Ponikarovsky, actually. As the Penguins are looking to tie this game here in the third period. Inside shot on a 9. That'll be a save made by Ward and over to anybody. The Hurricanes will give that to Carson. Carson with it, looking at passing E. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Ponikarovsky once again. Ponikarovsky will try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Samsonov will be in control of it. Samsonov with it for the Hurricanes. Passing F. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Malkin. Malkin's going to let this one go. Penguins need to throw something at the net. That's a 3. That'll be a save made by Ward and back up to Ruutu, who currently has the game winner if the game were to end right now. Ruutu with it. Looking at losing the puck. Outside shot only for Letang. He'll let that go from the point. That's an 11. Save made and over to the defensive left defenseman. And we've got forwards line change. Should be our last line change of the game. All right, Carson with it. Losing the puck. Outside shot only for the left defenseman. That's over to Eaton with an outside shot. He's going to let that go from the point. A 7. He'll lose that over to the defensive right defenseman. That's back over to Potier. Potier with it. Inside shot for any player. He's going to give that to... He's going to give that to Kostopoulos. Actually, yes. Cook is not going to try to intimidate, though. That's a 6 on the inside. Save made by Fleury and over to Kennedy. Keeping an eye on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to turn those two perpendicular because if the score still looks like this, when we get down to those two cards, the Penguins are going to have the extra attacker out. Opponent defense 10, Kennedy with the puck. LaRose will take the puck away with an outside shot only. LaRose is going to let that go from the point. And 11, save made and over to Cook. Cook with it now for the Penguins. Opponent defense 8, Kostopoulos will take the puck away with an outside shot only. Kostopoulos will let it go. That's a 7, save made and over to Letang. Letang with it for the Penguins. Opponent defense 3, inside shot for Stahl. Left defense could try to intimidate. Carson is going to try to intimidate. He'll take the puck away, but a possible penalty on Carson. 1 is no penalty. Passing D, outside shot for Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos is going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Stahl in control. Stahl with it for the Penguins. Opponent defense 4. Brindamore with an inside shot for the right wing. Left defense, Potier could try to intimidate, and he will. That's a 2. Potier will take the puck away. Potier with it. Inside shot for any player. He'll give that up to Brindamore, but actually he's going to give that to Kostopoulos. Cook's not going to try to intimidate. An inside shot. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. That's an 8. Score! Tom Kostopoulos probably ices the game here for the Hurricanes 3-1. Arena cheers. Yay! That was from... I'm trying to remember who that was from. We'll flip over a couple cards, see if we can get assists. Any player 9, no. Right wings who scored. Center, that'll be from Brindamore. And... let's see. And LaRose. And now we're probably not going to bother here with the empty net for the Penguins. We will get a face-off, though, as we're +2 to Carolina. 12 should be a superior win, and that will be a superior win going to anybody. They'll give that to Brindamore, and we're off. Lose the puck and a possible breakaway. Right D, if the breakaway penetration rating is 2 or more. It is for Letang. He's in alone on Ward. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on Ward. That's a 5. save made by Ward. What a huge save on the breakaway. They'll give that to Carson. Carson looking at opponent defense 10. That'll be a penalty. But since we don't have any more cards to flip over, that will be the end of the game. And the Hurricanes will take this one by a final score of 3-1 with an offensive flurry in the third period. Arena cheers. Yay! Fans leave the PNC Arena happy. But of course, you guys know the drill. We are not done yet here, because we have to ask the rest of the NHL, we have to ask final score, how the rest of the NHL fared at this point in 2010 and 2009. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup before we get to that. While I'm cleaning up, though, I will mention that this will probably be a later this evening game. We will be at the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, as the Vancouver Canucks will be in town to play the Edmonton Oilers. So that will be tonight's game. Here, that'll be tonight's game. That'll also be an inside the crease. So that's where things are at on that. Maybe I'll try the super advanced penalties at some point, but only if it doesn't look like it's going to sacrifice too much in terms of speed. Because when I'm doing a hockey season replay, speed is one of my primary features in why I picked Strat as one of my main hockey engines. I do have Stone Cold and Shootout Hockey as well. I have yet to put Shootout Hockey on the channel, but I have put Stone Cold on the channel. I was going to try to put it on the channel one more time before the off season, before the 1985 off season ended, but I ran out of time with some of the other stuff I was putting on the channel. I didn't get back to them in time. I will definitely try to put Shootout Hockey on the channel though during the off season from this replay. Okay. I'm just going to reset the scoreboard in case I need it for shootouts. Organize my charts. Let's see, overtime, pressure, main scoring. Okay. Now it's time to ask Final Score Hockey how the rest of the NHL fared. The Hurricanes win this one 3-1. Let's see how the rest of the NHL shaped up. First up, we've got the Wild and the Ducks. Wild, G63 is 4. Ducks, J46. J46 is 3, so we've got a pressure situation for the Ducks. Ducks are an E on pressure. A 61 won't get it done. The Wild will win that one by a final score of 4-3. Hold on a second. We'll put that down just a little bit closer. Anyway, Oilers and the Blackhawks. We'll see the Oilers later tonight. Oilers, E13 is Goose Egg. Chicago, J61 is 4. Blackhawks will win that one 4-0. Predators and the Stars. Predators, G44 is 3. Stars, L14, that is 2. Pressure situation for the Stars. Stars are an E on pressure. But an E21 won't get it done, so the Predators will win that game 3-2 with the net empty. Kings and the Rangers. Kings, I-35. I-35 is 3. Rangers, J16 is 2. Pressure situation for the Rangers. Rangers are an E on pressure. But an E36 won't get it done, so the Kings will take that one 3-2. October 15th, Kings and the Wings. Kings and the Red Wings. Yeah, Kings and Wings. Kings, H36 is 3. Red Wings, K16, that is 2. Pressure situation for the Wings. Wings are a C on pressure, as are the Kings. Wings are a C52. That won't get it done, though, so the Kings will take that game 3-2. Avalanche and the Canadiens. Avalanche. Actually, both teams are I's, so that makes my life easy. I-62 is 4. Oop. Canadiens roll a 66. That is 5. Pressure situation for the Avs. Avs are a C on pressure. Get in the tower, small die. A C31 won't get it done, though, so the Canadiens will win that game 5-4. That was a high-scoring affair. Blackhawks and the Predators. This is another one that should be. Blackhawks, J44. J44 is 3. Predators, K22 is 2. Pressure situation for the Predators. Predators are a C on pressure with the net empty. A 63 has a chance of getting it done. Blackhawks are a B on pressure. 51 won't stop it, and the Predators will score. And we are going to overtime. Predators get a chance to win first. They're a K. Predators, K25, won't get it done. A J13 for the Blackhawks won't get it done either, which means we have a shootout, and we have the handy-dandy board for it. Both teams are a C on the shootout. Round 1. C53, Blackhawks will score. 31, however, Predators will not. Round 2. Flip that around. Predators score in round 2. Blackhawks don't. Round 3. Blackhawks will score on a C66 all day long. Wild will not. Round 4. If the Blackhawks score here, it's over. A C61 will score for the Blackhawks, and they will win this one 4-3 in a shootout. I'll reset that. Oop. I think I just hit the wrong button, didn't I? Oh no, I think we're fine here. There we go. Okay, never mind. Minor problems. Lightning and the Senators. Lightning, F26 is 2. Senators, G34, that is also 2. Pressure situation all around. Lightning up first. Lightning are an E on pressure. E44 won't get it done. Neither will a C11 for the Senators, so we are going to overtime once again. Senators with a chance to score first and win it. A G45 won't do it. Lightning are an F44. That won't do it either, which means we've got another shootout. Round 1 in the shootout. Both teams are Ds in shootout. Lightning won't score on a 36, but the Senators will on a 53. Round 2. Wild, what did we say? Both teams are Ds? Yep. Wild will score on a 52, but so will the Senators on a 61. Round 3. Neither team will score on a 34 or a 31. If the Senators score here, it's over. It's round 4. 42, a D42 won't score for the Lightning, but a 52 will for the Senators, and they will win this one 3-2 in a shootout. Blues and the Coyotes. Blues, E44 is 2. Coyotes, J56 is 4. And the Coyotes will win that one 4-2. Sharks and the Capitals. Sharks, I-33 is 3. But that's probably not going to stand up to the... well, maybe with the Q14. That is also 3, though. Pressure situations all around. Sharks are a B on pressure. Capitals are an A. A B44 wouldn't score. An A63 for the Capitals, though. That might score. Can the Sharks stop them? A 54? No! The Capitals will net that one with their net empty, and the Capitals will win that one 4-3. October 16th, Islanders and the Sabres. Hold on just a second. There we go. Yep, Islanders and the Sabres. Islanders, F26 is 2. Sabres, H56. Uh-oh, that's a big game. A 12 is -4. Ouch. Let's see. So the Sabres are an H. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now they're rolling on column D with a 61. That is 3, though. Pressure situation coming out of that somehow for the Islanders. Islanders are an E on pressure, and a 32 won't get it done. So the Sabres will take that one 3-2. Canucks and the Flames. We'll see the Canucks later this afternoon as well. Canucks, L32. L32 is 3. Flames, I42 is also 3. Pressure situations all around. Canucks are a B. Flames are a D. B66 for the Canucks has a chance to score. D16 won't stop them, so the Canucks get one with the net empty. Flames have to match to go to a shootout. A D34, though, won't do it, so the Canucks will get that win 4-3. Bruins and the Stars. Bruins, G35. G35 is 2. Stars, M14 is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Bruins are an... actually, both teams are an E. Bruins, E42 won't score. Neither will the Stars on a 53. So we are going to another shootout. Round 1. Both teams are D's in shootout. Bruins with a 64. Actually, both teams score. Bruins with a 64. Stars with a 46. Round 2. Both teams probably likely to score. 56 for the Bruins. Will score, as will a 53. Round 3 of the shootout. Bruins will score on a 63. Stars will not on a 36. Round 4. If the Bruins score here, it's over. A 12, not going to do it for the Bruins. A 41 won't work either for the Stars. Stars have to score here or this one's over. And the Stars do not score, so the Bruins will win that one 3-2 in a shootout. Wild and the Oilers. Wild, wow. Actually, both teams are G's, so that makes my life easy. 66 is 5. Oilers with a 42 is 3. Wild will take that one 5-3. Flyers and the Panthers. Flyers, K61 is 5. Panthers, I13 is 1. The Flyers blow the Panthers out 5-1. Thrashers and the Devils. Thrashers, F65 is 4. Devils, H24, that is 2. The Thrashers win that one 5-2. Blues and the Ducks. Blues, G31 is 2. Ducks, L33, that is 3. Pressure situation for the Blues. Blues are a D on pressure. A 64, 64 might score. Ducks are an E on pressure, an E15 won't stop them, so the Blues get a tally with the net empty, and we are going to overtime. Ducks with a chance to win the game first. Ducks with an L21, that won't do it. Blues, a G63, that will do it. The Blues will get that win in overtime, and they'll win this one by a final score of 4-3. Actually, October 17th. Thrashers and the Sabres. Thrashers, G55 is 3. Sabres, I23 is 2. Pressure situation for the Sabres. They're a C on pressure. A 43 won't do it. The Thrashers will get that win 3-2. Kings and the Blue Jackets. Kings, K15 is not likely to be good. That's 2. Blue Jackets, I52. That is 4. And the Blue Jackets will get that win 4-2. Stars and the Blackhawks. Stars, G16 is 1. Blackhawks, L16 is 2. Pressure situation for the Stars. Stars are an E on pressure. An E65, that has a chance to score. Blackhawks, a B25, can't stop them. Stars get the tally with the net empty, and we are going to overtime. Blackhawks with a chance to win the game first. An L21 won't do it. Neither will a G32 for the Stars, which means we've got a shootout. Both teams are a D in the shootout. Round 1 of the shootout. What did we say? Both teams are Ds? Yes. And neither team will score. Stars with a 23, Blackhawks with a 16. Round 2 of the shootout. Neither team will score again. Round 3. Neither team will score again. Round 4. Stars will finally break the tie with a D61. Blackhawks can't score on a G24. If the Blackhawks don't score here, it's over. And I think the D51 actually will score. The Stars can't score, so now we're in sudden death. (22 and 35), neither one will score. So next score that doesn't get answered wins. Wow. Both of these teams are terrible in shootouts. Stars with a 53 will score, but the Blackhawks will answer. The shootout continues. And that should wrap it up. D's for both of them. A 16 for the Stars won't score, but a 61 will for the Blackhawks. And in round 9 of the shootout, the Blackhawks win that one 3-2 in a shootout. Avalanche and the Red Wings. High drama rivalry from the 90s. Avalanche, H36 is 3. Red Wings, J46 is also 3. Pressure situations all around. Both teams are a C on pressure. Avalanche up first. A 54 won't score, and the Red Wings won't on a 33 either, so we are going to overtime. Red Wings with a chance to win first. J23 won't do it. Neither will in H36 for the Avalanche, so we are going to another shootout. Both teams are a C in shootout. Round 1. 23 and 35 won't score for either team. Round 2. 23 and 16 won't score either. Round 3. 56 will score for the Avalanche, but the 13 won't score for the Red Wings. Round 4. Red Wings will even it with a 62. Round 5. What did we say? C's. 44 will score for the Avalanche, but the 23 won't score for the Red Wings, so the Avalanche get that win 4-3 in a shootout. Senators and the Canadiens. Senators, G62, this is going to get a tight one, it looks like, is 4. Canadiens, Canadiens, knock it off. H66, that is 5. Pressure situation for the Senators. Senators are a C on pressure. 44 won't get it done, so the Canadiens will take that one 5-4. Hurricanes and the Devils. Hurricanes, F66 is 5. Devils, H34 is 3. The Hurricanes will get that one 5-3. Sharks and the Islanders. Sharks, K63 is 5. Islanders, J61, that is 4. Pressure situation for the Islanders. The Islanders are an E on pressure. And E63 will get it done. The Sharks can't stop them on a B26. This game is tied. And now we go to overtime where the Islanders have a chance to win first. Islanders are a J35. That won't work for them. Sharks are a K53. That will work for the Sharks, and they will get that win 6-5 in overtime. Bruins and the Coyotes. Bruins, E56 is 3. Coyotes, K52 is 4. Pressure situation for the Bruins. Bruins are an E on pressure. A 52 is a good roll, but it won't get it done here. The Coyotes will take that win 4-3. Lightning and the Penguins. Lightning, E15 is 1. Penguins, K54, that is 4. Penguins will get that win 4-1. Rangers and the Maple Leafs. Rangers, H41 is 3. Maple Leafs, I51, that is also 3. Pressure situations all around. Both teams are an E on pressure. Rangers are a 34, but that won't get anything done. Neither will a 45 for the Maple Leafs, and we go to overtime. Maple Leafs with a chance to win first. Which an I-56 will get it done, and the Maple Leafs will take that win 4-3 in overtime. Wild and the Canucks. Wild, E44 is 2. Canucks, N63. N63 is 6. And the Canucks blow the Wild out 6-2. Predators and the Capitals. Predators, E45 is 2. Capitals, Q34. Q34 is a big game. Where's my big game chart? Here we are. $52 is minus 3 columns, so they're normally a Q. 1, 2, 3, so now rolling on N. 33 is a 3. Still good enough for a pressure situation for the Predators. Predators are a C on pressure. 21 won't get it done though. The Capitals will get that win 3-2, and that will do it for Block 4 of the 2009-10 hockey season. When we come back later this afternoon, we will be at, actually probably later tonight more like, we will be at Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton, Ontario, Canada, for the Edmonton Oilers hosting the Vancouver Canucks. As for what else is scheduled on the channel, Saturday, Mystical Munchies will start out of the Exquisite Exandria cookbook with the appetizer, Grog's Garlicky Mayonnaise and Fries. Sunday morning, we'll be playing Talon by GMT Games, and Wednesday, we will be playing D100 Space. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Carolina Hurricanes pull out a third-period flurry to defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins by a final score of 3-1. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys later today.